I'll start off on the neck by doing a little bit of squeezing around the cervical spine. Most people, of course, are going to have forward head posture. So you're just increasing that tissue pliability before you go in and do some work with the fascial spreading techniques. So here you're just going up and down the cervical spine, just doing some nice little pumping. You're increasing that kind of viscosity in the area. So up and down, do this for a minute or so. Then, basically, when you get into the spreading techniques, you want to make sure that the client is breathing because the neck is so closely associated with the breathing, with the scalenes, and all of those different muscles, the SCM, the chest. You want to make sure to do some diaphragmatic breathing, which is also going to help with spreading out the tissue in this area. Now we're reducing that muscle guarding and we're trying to kind of allow the client to breathe more freely to release that forward head posture. As you guys can see here, I'm showing you with the client's head turn, but of course, when you get to the spreading portion of this technique, you can bring the head back to neutral, which is just going to be typically a little bit easier on the neck and allow the neck to kind of drop down. Now, as you're doing this, you're taking your time, work with the breath, and we're not kind of forcing the posture into place. We're trying to remove the restrictions that prevent better posture from occurring naturally. So you're allowing the client to breathe through this, and then you're slowly spreading the tissue apart in the area where it's stuck, which is typically in the middle of the cervical spine. And also tissue and tension that's held in the suboccipitals is so key to stretch out and relax. For the back line, we're then going to follow that up with a supine traction. You're going to take your thumb and index finger and you're going to cradle the occiput with that hand. Then, with your other hand, you're going to place it across the client's forehead or grasp under the chin if they have no TMJ issues. Then you're going to use your body weight to slowly pull back and you're going to create a tractional force which is applied and released slowly. So it can be increased in amplitude if the client has a tolerance for it. But you also don't want to pull too hard here. Now, this technique may also be performed using a sustained traction. So typically it's performed for 2 to 5 minutes to achieve a desired effect. So you're going to start very gently. Then you can increase as the spine allows you to kind of unwind it. Now, as an alternative here, you can place your hand on the forehead if someone has TMJ issues. And this is going to be amazing. This supine neck traction is helpful for the fascia. It's going to gently decompress the cervical fascia, the suboccipital region, the paraspinals, and also the upper thoracic connective tissues. Instead of aggressively stretching the tissue, traction is going to introduce that slow unloading force that may allow restricted fascial layers to soften and glide more freely.